Claude Code versus Codex. Which one is actually better? In this video, I'm not going to give you a lazy answer because the truth is myself and my engineers use both on a day-to-day basis. So we'll go through exactly what each one of them is good at, the specs and benchmarks of both, and which one you should reach for depending on what you're looking for. For those of you that don't know me, my name is Luca. I'm the founder of Niron AI, where we specialize in building AI systems for businesses that are doing $3 to $10 million a year. So let's get into the video. First, what is actually Claude Code and what is Codex? Well, they're both products of Anthropic and OpenAI. Essentially, they're coding agents that you install onto your computer that help you with software engineering. When you use ChatGPT or Claude, you're essentially just talking to the model. You give it words and it gives you back words. That's the entire interaction. It's essentially sealed off from the entire work. So if you're building software or coding, that creates a couple of hard limits because it can only see what you give it inside of the chat. It can't run anything. So it can write code, but it can't press go and really check its work. It can't really fix its mistakes because it can't really see them. So the real work turns into this manual loop where it suggests something, you copy, you paste its work, you run it, you see it doesn't work, and you keep going back and forth with ChatGPT trying to figure out how to get this code to actually work. Claude Code and Codex are there to fix that. They take the same model, they give it direct access to your machine, which is your files, your terminal, and the ability to run your code, and now the model can do the entire loop itself. And if something breaks, it keeps going until everything works. The surprising part is that the AI models inside these tools are the same models that you're already using inside of the chat apps. Claude Code runs on Anthropic's Claude, and Codex runs on OpenAI's GPT. The difference is everything built around the actual brain, which is what gives the LLM the ability to take actions on your behalf, which is what is known as the harness. So that's a quick breakdown on what Claude Code and Codex are. But where they split is a difference in philosophy. Claude Code is built around your machine. By default, it runs locally inside of your terminal, directly on your real files in your real setup. You watch every step and your code stays with you. Codex is built around the cloud. Its signature move is to take its task and to run it on OpenAI's servers. It spins up its own private computer, loads a copy of your project onto it, and works there by itself. Now, technically, both tools can do a bit of both nowadays. Claude Code has a cloud option and Codex has a local one. But this is the bet that each one really leads with. Now, let's see how they actually stack up. So which one is actually better? Let's look at the numbers. On the SWE bench, which is the main test that people use to measure these coding tools, it hands the tool the real bugs from real software projects and checks whether it can fix them on its own. Now, both companies love to say that they outdo each other, but the catch is that the SWE bench comes in two versions, and they're not equally hard. One is verified, which is the cleaner, simpler set of bugs, and the other is pro, which is typically harder, spread across multiple files, the kind of mess that you actually hit in real production code. On verified, the easier one, they're practically tied. But on pro, which is the harder test, Claude actually performs significantly better. Now flip to a totally different kind of task, which is terminal work. Now that's the command line side of coding, which is installing tools, running builds, setting up servers, shipping the entire thing. Here, Codex wins by a large margin. And it makes sense, remember? Codex was built to go off and run jobs by itself, and that hands-on terminal work is actually what it was designed for. So on the benchmarks, Claude actually takes the hard reasoning while Codex takes the terminal. So now you have some of the base stats, but here's my personal experience. I'm a product guy, so Claude Code is my daily driver. However, my CTO, he's the opposite. He lives in the architecture and runs Codex as his daily driver. For us, three things actually matter: speed, quality, and cost. Everything else, both tools do just fine. Codex wins on cost, and it actually is a better architect. When I need something planned out properly, actually thought through before a single line of code is written, Codex is more careful and considerate. That's actually why I use Codex to check Claude's work. I'll typically use Claude for all the product planning, come up with a spec, and then I'll have Codex actually come and critique it from an architectural point of view. For me, Claude wins on speed and the quality of what it actually ships. For front-end work especially, anything that you can see on screen, i.e. the actual interface, Claude is a lot better. But there is one more reason that I stay on Claude Code. In this space, Anthropic pushes the boundaries first. Almost every big feature that's available right now, Claude Code did it first. The terminal agent itself, the way the agents plug into tools, MCPs or skills, Claude ships it first, and a few weeks later, everybody else copies it. The newest example is something called dynamic workflows. In plain terms, it lets the agent run on its own toward the goal for far longer, making its own decisions along the way. I'll be making a separate video on a few different ways on how you can unlock Claude Code's fullest potential. But to conclude this video, both Codex and Claude are very powerful tools. And to get the best outcome, using them side by side together is what actually is going to give you the best code than either one would give you alone. If you enjoyed the video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. If you want to get in touch, you can connect with me on LinkedIn. And if you run a business of your own, you can book an AI opportunity audit with myself and my team. That's the first link in the description below. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one.